I like to compare K-pop music to bibimbap, said BTS RM on October 27th, who delivered a historic speech at the 2025 Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation, also known as APEC CEO Summit held at the Gyeongju Arts Center. And his speech was given entirely in English, and it lasted about 10 minutes and was titled Cultural Industries and K-Culture Soft Power in the APAC Region. First of all, man, that was a great speech. So in this video, I'm going to listen to RM's entire speech and react to it accordingly with you guys. I'm pretty sure you have already watched it. Also, to keep things in BTS news fashion, I'll also briefly talk about some updates on Jimin and also Jungkook at the end, who did a live stream last night. Okay, so this morning, let's start here. This morning, RM arrived at the venue with Bang Seok, HYBE chairman, also known as Hitman Bang. By the way, it seems like he hurt his fingers or something, and he looks sharp. I don't know what he did. But yeah. Anyways, so he stepped out of a car in a sharp suit before heading inside. And during his speech, RM described the success of K-pop as stemming from its bibimbap-like harmony. So he explained that K-pop's unique strength lies in its ability to blend Western musical elements such as like hip-hop, R&B, and EDM with distinct Korean sensibilities, breaking down cultural barriers across nations and the process. Now, before the event began, RM was also seen seated politely as business leaders exchanged greetings, and he was sitting like right there. And there were some powerful people in the seats, including like SK Group chairman Choi Tae-won, who was the host of the event. And there was like Samsung Electronics chairman Lee Jae-yong, Hyundai Motors Group chairman, and LG Group chairman. And RM was positioned to the left of Hanwha Group vice chairman Mr. Yeo. And after the opening ceremony, RM toured HYBE's promotional booth with Chairman Bang, right here. HYBE, expanding boundaries of cultural impact, and there are Rolling Stone magazines with BTS members' faces on the magazines, and there are like light sticks. And HYBE is operating this booth throughout the 3-day APEC CEO Summit from October 29th to October 31st. Yeah, these guys are looking good. And the exhibit showcases HYBE's corporate structure and its expansion as a global entertainment powerhouse and a strategy of building a worldwide network centered on 6 regional headquarters. And the booth also features like video highlights of HYBE label artists and a display of official light sticks like these, like symbols of K-pop fandom culture. And HYBE explained that the exhibit is not merely promotional, but also serves as a presentation of the company's long-term vision and intellectual property expansion strategy as a global content enterprise. I just wanted to include these photos because, you know, we all know that Bang Seok played a huge role, but BTS was like the founding figure. Basically, they founded HYBE. And I just love seeing RM representing the company after getting discharged from the military. And he's representing with him and Bang. Man, he looks sharp. Both of these guys look sharp. All right, now let's talk about the speech, okay? So here's the speech, and we'll listen from the beginning. And yeah, let me react to it.
It's a huge honor to be here and to meet all the leaders of APAC here in Korea, where I was born and raised. I'm honored to tell you about myself and to share my message. I'm so proud and excited that this year, for the first time, the cultural industry was chosen as a key agenda for APAC.
Yeah, first of all, yeah, he looks super sharp, but you can feel right from the start how composed he is. You know what I'm saying? And there's something powerful about him addressing world leaders. We're talking about like world leaders, but he's addressing them as an idol, not as an idol, but as a Korean artist standing on home soil in Korea. And his tone feels formal yet humble. And it's very RM. And, he's not performing on stage. He's representing something much bigger than himself here.
I'm not sure how familiar you are with K-culture or K-pop, but I'm sure you all agree that the cultural industry has great economic value and growth potential. But I'm just an artist. I am not a business leader.
I'm just an artist. I'm not a business leader.
I don't think you want to hear any numbers or figures from me. So today I want to speak to you as a creator and an artist. I want to share my thoughts on how K-pop crossed borders to move the hearts of people. It's not something we can really calculate or measure. It's a bridge that connects worlds, and I want to bring your attention to how we can work together to build this connection for tomorrow's creative cultural ecosystem.
Very nice. So the one phrase that that's very notable for me is that a bridge that connects worlds, and it hits pretty hard. So it's reframing K-pop as cultural diplomacy. Not just entertainment, but an ecosystem of empathy. And I think RM's choice to avoid stats. I actually have a full script written down here. So where is it? Right now we're at right here. It's a bridge that connects worlds. And I want to bring your attention to how we can work together to build his connection for tomorrow's creative cultural ecosystem. And he also said this: I don't think you want to hear any numbers or figures from me. And I think RM's choice to avoid stats or business jargons is intentional because he's centering emotion and art where others might focus on like GDP and trade. And I think the contrast itself is a statement right here. And I just love this line. So today, I want to speak to you as a creator and an artist. All right, let's go back to the speech.
I'm a very lucky person. I'm lucky to have met the 6 other members of BTS.
Shout out to the BTS members.
I'm lucky that I met our producer, Hitman Bang, who gave us his full support that we could make the music we love.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that. I mean, I've seen so many antis and haters or fans or haters who are masking themselves as BTS fans that trying to create this divide between BTS members and Hitman Bang. And some people say that, like for you guys, why do you support Bang Xiao? As fans, you gotta support your artists. But these guys, BTS members and Hitman Bang, started from the bottom, and they worked their way up all the way here together. And for these guys, Hitman Bang they're super tight. So it's great to see them giving shout outs to both the members and Hitman Bang, and also last but not least, ARMY right here.
But most importantly,
there we go.
I'm lucky I'm an ARMY who accept our music, not just as a diversion, but as our shared language of life.
So this part feels very intimate in a setting full of suits and CEOs. You know what I'm saying? RM brings it back to relationships, right? By saying, I'm a very lucky person. And to the idea that art grows from connection of people. And calling ARMY, this right here, calling ARMY our shared language of life. It's so RM. It's like super poetic, grounded, and so deeply human. Oh, I just love it. All right, back to the speech.
And by the way, ARMY is the name of the official BTS fandom. For your information, the ARMY. Woo! Shout out to ARMY all over the world.
Woo!
And the ARMY is where I just finished my military service. I was there for 18 months. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, so you can tell he's trying to disarm the audience, right? Breaking the formality for a moment with this half joke. So, and it's a subtle reminder, right? He's not just an artist. He's a citizen, Korean citizen, who fulfilled his duty fully. And it kind of humanizes him to this audience that might only know BTS as global icons. But yeah, he served for 18 months in a super old barrack where he had so much, trouble falling asleep, and where he spends 24/7 for 18 months with just dudes, serving the military. So, back to the speech.
So, Army support and passion crossed all borders and opened up like brand new path for me. They gave me a voice that was heard at the Billboard Music Awards, at the Grammys, at the United Nations, and even at the White House, at such historic and symbolic events like right here at the APEC.
There we go.
BTS first started to go outside Korea about 10 years ago. And back then, we didn't dream of what we see today. Nothing was like this.
Yep. Just a quiet reminder for those, who forgot about their beginning, who simply only remember BTS being global icons in the past few years. But 10 years ago, who knew that they would have made this far? You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever turn on your TV or radio and hear a song that's not in your language or in English? Probably not very often, right? I felt how hard it is to ever hear a Korean song in an English-speaking country. I saw how high a cultural barrier could be. At that time, the music of BTS was quickly called non-English foreign culture.
Non-English foreign culture. So right here, he started this part by asking a question, right? Did you ever turn on your TV or radio and hear a song that's not in your language or English? Probably not very often. And at the time, BTS was called non-English foreign culture. That was the label.
Trying to get on mainstream media through our music was like doing an experiment and a huge challenge. It was a test to see if music in Korean can work on the global stage. We tried to get on TV to show the world our music, but the doors were closed and would not move. But as you know, we couldn't just sit around and wait. We tried to make our own opportunities. We danced in the streets. We handed out flyers to free shows. But there was something even more difficult than those. When we said we are artists from Korea, they didn't ask us about our music. They asked, are you from North Korea or South Korea?
Yeah, that hits pretty hard. Like when I was in the States, going to school, I graduated from middle school, high school, and college in the States. But when I was in middle school, back then, not even back then, I'm not that old, I'm pretty young, but North Korea was much more popular than South Korea, right? For various reasons, being a threat to the world security. And not many people knew about South Korea or the significance of it before K-pop became a thing. And many people, still a lot of people don't know, where to locate Korea. But back then, Korea was just a tiny country, just a dot on the map. You know what I'm saying?
Where on earth is Korea?
Where on earth is Korea?
So we had to explain where Korea was before we could even talk about our music. And that was the reality.
Yeah, so this part is pretty raw. He's basically reminding everyone that K-pop didn't start with global acceptance, right? And the way he phrases it, we had to explain where Korea was, literally. That carries all the years of invisibility Asian artists that faced, Korean artists that faced. And that memory still exists deep in him. And shout out to Armies. He said, what did he say? We tried to get on TV to show the world our music, but the doors were closed and would not move. But we couldn't sit around and wait. We tried to make our own opportunities. We danced in the streets. We handed out flyers to free shows. And armies also like sent letters to radios so that they would play BTS music on their stations, right? And BTS and armies made this possible together. You know what I'm saying? All right, back to the speech.
But we overcame those barriers, and now I'm here today sharing this precious moment with you. Army was the force that broke down those barriers.
Talking about army in front of the world leaders. Man.
They used our music as the medium to carry out conversations that cross borders and languages. They were inspired by the message in the music of BTS to give to charity, to run social campaigns, and finally the world was amazed. Back then, ARMY was seen as supporters of a minority culture from Asia. Now, they shake the world as a new community and a fandom culture.
Yo, he said, ARMY now shake the world as a new community and a fandom culture. So it's reframing fandom as like a social movement, right? 10 years ago, people dismissed fans as, I don't know, obsessive or niche. But now he's declaring them as an organized global community shaping cultural exchange. And it's also fascinating how he uses the word solidarity here. It's a word usually used in politics, but he's using that word to describe fans, and that's bold cultural arguments. And also, this feels like a full circle moment, right? He isn't saying BTS overcame it. He says we. Like the fans, the artists, and the culture itself. And it's an equal relationship built on trust and persistence. And when he says they use our music as a medium, to carry out conversations, it's like he's describing a living network of empathy, not just a fandom. You know what I'm saying? He actually says the word solidarity next. So let's check this out.
Even at this very moment, they're crossing borders and breaking down barriers through the pure power of cultural solidarity.
Yeah, solidarity right here.
Solidarity and tolerance that know no borders. And it's an endless source of creative inspiration for me as well. There is so much cultural content around the whole world. But why K-pop? Why is it so unique? Why does K-pop create this powerful and inclusive community? It's because of the special principle of unity of K-pop.
Yeah.
This is what enables people from such diverse backgrounds to come together just through the medium of K-pop.
Okay, two things. There's a reason why I was kind of silently laughing. First of all, the phrase that you use. Where is it? Even at this very moment, they're crossing borders, breaking down barriers through the pure power of cultural solidarity. That phrase captures what BTS and ARMY have built, right? Something not owned by, I don't know, institutions or governments or corporation, but by shared human energy. And he's redefining soft power not as influence, but as emotional connection. Now, the reason why I was laughing was because, of course, there's something very unique about K-pop and the K-pop culture, and there is indeed a powerful and inclusive community. But everybody, shush and be quiet about the dark side of K-pop that I have often talked about on my channel. For now, let's keep things positive and focus on what RM is talking about. Powerful and inclusive community. Whereas we also know that there's a flip side of it. like the fandom wars and politics, so much politics and manipulation and everything. But for now, let's focus on the price side. And back to the speech.
I like to compare K-pop music to bibimbap.
Okay, there we go. Let me quickly show you the picture. So here's a bibimbap, one of the most representative food dishes in Korea. Assorted vegetables with rice, usually with the fried egg on top. Is visibly one of the most beautiful dishes in Korea. And he's comparing K-pop music to bibimbap. All right?
And bibimbap is a traditional Korean dish. You gotta taste it.
Gotta
so
taste
you
it.
take pop, which is rice, then you put all kinds of vegetables, meat, flavorings on top, and mix it all up. And that's the bibim part.
Yeah, bibim, which comes from the verb bibida, means to mix, literally.
And K-pop is much the same. You take Korea's unique aesthetics, emotions, and production system, but you don't turn away elements of Western music like hip-hop, R&B, or EDM. Just like bibimbap, these parts all keep their unique identities, but mix together to make something new and fresh and delightful.
Delightful.
K-pop is not just a genre of music. It is a 360-degree total package of music, dance, performance, visual style, storytelling, music video, and even social media.
True. And also content. All sorts of content, like including variety show content, like entertainment related variety show content. And that's very unique about K-pop. I don't think any other genre has that. And BTS, paved the way for that. Really.
K-pop success didn't happen because one single culture was better. K-pop success came from respecting diversity and embracing world cultures, but still holding on to Korea's unique identity.
Yeah, he said world cultures, global cultures.
When cultural barriers come down and different voices harmonize together, there's an explosion of creative energy. This is where ARMY's borderless solidarity came from. And this is why K-pop is loved everywhere.
Huh. Now, do you agree with that statement? Even if you love and appreciate and respect his whole speech, you can disagree with RM's speech here and there, right? That's totally fine. But I just wanted to ask you that. And also, I love when he said this. This is where ARMY's borderless solidarity came from. Now, this part is his core message, right? And it's something that only RM could articulate this elegantly. It's a rejection of cultural dominance. He's saying Korea didn't simply imitate the West. It integrated it while staying Korean. And that's why he used the word bibimbap to compare. That's the real meaning of soft power. Influence through authenticity. I think that's how I interpret it. Back to the speech.
Culture is like a river. It flows freely, different streams, sometimes coming together in harmony, just like K-pop. Coming together to carry itself far away and create something new. I like to see this creative flow of culture happen everywhere around the world.
No.
And the Asia-Pacific region has incredible, dynamic cultural diversity. K-pop's shining success is proof that cultural diversity and creativity are the greatest human potential. A force with no borders, no limit to growth.
I love it. The opening right here. Culture is like a river. So, and it has that poetic rhythm here. And it feels like one of his songs. You can imagine him writing this speech at this part late at night, revising each word until it feels right. And it's very RM, philosophical but grounded at the same time. And you can also sense his pride that K-pop now flows outward like a river. When once Korea was on the receiving end of global culture. You know what I'm saying? And
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders of APEC, let me ask you a question.
okay.
What is your favorite song? Do you remember seeing a painting that took your breath away? Or a book you read over and over again? We all know, we all love culture and art. And we are connected by the emotion and resonance that they awaken in us.
Yeah, so all of a sudden, he turns a speech into a personal moment by asking these questions. Ladies and gentlemen, leaders of APEC, let me ask you questions. And he's pulling CEOs out of their, analytical heads and asking them to remember what moved them. And this is basically a persuasion through emotion. He's not asking for like policy change directly, but empathy. He's asking for empathy. And that's, quite a masterful rhetoric right here.
As a creator and an artist of this generation, I'd like to use this opportunity to make a request to the leaders and distinguished guests of APEC.
Okay, we can say that this is the most political part in the speech.
There are creators all around the world. Please help them. Give them the financial support so that their own creativity can bloom. Give them the opportunities so that their talents can really shine. When you think about investing in tomorrow's generations, think about culture as well as economics. Culture and art are a powerful force that moves hearts. They are the fastest messengers that carry diversity and resonance.
This is a really heavy topic, especially in the era of AI. You know what I'm saying? First of all, like I said, I think this is the most political part, but it's done very well, done gently. He's reminding world leaders that culture needs infrastructure, not as admiration. You know what I'm saying? And it's also significant that he frames investment in culture as investment in humanity. And it is basically translating artistic survival into the language of global economics. And yeah, let's keep going.
As the leaders of APEC, your policies and support will be the canvas and playground for all the creators.
Yeah, I love this line. He said, where is it? Your policies, as the leaders of APEC, your policies and support will be the canvas and playground for all the creators. So this line is beautiful because he could have said, the words like platform or opportunity, but he says canvas and playground, which is two words that evoke art and freedom. And that's RM, the artist, speaking to policymakers, trying to remind them that what they are really enabling, not just industries, but imaginations. Let's keep going.
The foundation for creators all over the world to pour out their creativity. When creators flourish, other elements of culture gather to form brand new aesthetics. Their content will go beyond all kind of differences. They will blaze a road of true understanding and tolerance. They will create the power of solidarity for the future. I, too, stand by the vision of APEC. A vision that will drive diversity, inclusion, and growth through culture and creativity. As an artist, I promise that I will also let my imagination fill the canvas you will create. I will play my heart out in the playground you will build for us. I promise that I'll do my part by sending a message of courage and hope and lots of emotions through music. A message of embracing our differences to make something better together.
Oh, I love the ending. So this
I'd
is
like
the
to ask
ending.
for your support for this future, and I think and I believe you can make this happen. Your support can make creators let their creativity soar. With your help, their creations will resonate around the whole world. Thank you very much.
Damn.
Please give it up for RM. What a fascinating.
So that part, that's a perfect ending. So he basically is shifting from request to reciprocity. How do you say the word? It's being reciprocal. He's not just asking for help. He's promising to do his part. Let me read the part again. So, as an artist, I promise that I will also let my imagination fill the canvas you will create. I will play my heart out in the playground you will build for us. I promise that I will do my part by sending a message of courage and hope and a lot of emotions through music. A message of embracing our differences to make something better together. And of course, by I is also talked about we, right, as BTS. And to enlarge it even further, BTS and ARMY. And that's a perfect ending, I think. And he is being, very humble, hopeful, and very sincere here. You can feel how deeply he believes in the power of creation as collective progress. Can we listen to the ending one more time?
Message of a man you will build for us that will drive of true understanding and tolerance. They will create the power of solidarity for the future. I, too, stand by the vision of APEC.
Man, so he's basically representing the creators all around the world. He said,
Powerful force that moves hearts. They are the fastest messengers that carry diversity and resonance.
Let me appreciate that phrase one more time. They will create the power of solidarity for the future. Here. Culture and art are a powerful force that moves hearts. They are the fastest messengers that carry diversity and resonance. And he said, your policies and support will be the canvas. Yeah, he said that right. And then right here. When creators flourish, other elements of culture gather to form some brand new aesthetics. Their content will go beyond all kinds of differences. They will blaze a road for true understanding and tolerance. They will create the power of solidarity for the future. And I, he said, too, stand by the vision of APEC, a vision that will drive diversity, inclusion, and growth through culture and creativity. And his ending is
about their creativity. When creators flourish, other elements drive diversity, inclusion, and growth through culture and creativity. As an artist, I promise that I will also let my imagination fill the canvas you will create.
Yeah.
I will play my heart out in the playground you will build for us.
Interesting.
I promise that I'll do my part by sending a message of courage and hope and lots of emotions through music. A message of embracing our differences to make something better together.
And I kind of feel like this is also a message to himself as well, and to BTS themselves before dropping their new album, right? It's all now I consider this as a promise to not only the world leaders but also to himself before the great comeback. That's interesting.
I'd like to ask for your support for this future, and I think and I believe you can make this happen. Your support can make creators let their creativity soar. With your help, their creations will resonate around the whole world. Thank you very much.
Please give it up for RM. What a fascinating speech. Let's give him a strong round of applause.
And thumbs up. He did that bowing and
thank you so
thumbs
much.
Up.
It was great to have him here.
Yeah, I'm proud. And he didn't seem nervous, although I'm pretty sure he could have been nervous. But again, he didn't do something like this for 2 years, while he was serving in the military. But yeah, honestly, that was one of those speeches where you realize how far he has come. Not just as an artist, but as someone who understands what culture means in the real world. And there wasn't a single trace of self-promotion in it. You know what I'm saying? He stood there in front of world leaders and talked about art and emotion and connection as if those were policy priorities, and somehow made it sound completely natural. And what was interesting to me, what hit me the most was how he managed to weave the story of BTS, ARMY, and Korea's cultural rise without once turning it into a brag, because it was gratitude disguised as philosophy. And you could tell has internalized what it means to represent both an artist and a nation. Not because someone told him to, but because he's lived through it and he believes in it. And there was also this confidence running through the whole thing, because RM doesn't just perform, he doesn't perform humility. He is humble man. And that's what makes his message believable and very resonant, because he's a rare kind of public figure who can stand in a room full of millionaires, billionaires, and trillionaires and still make everyone remember their favorite song or their favorite painting and favorite book. And that's real influence, not numbers or charts or stats, but resonance. So yeah, and in a way, the speech felt like a reflection of BTS, their entire story. Starting from what did they say, explaining where Korea is, to now defining what Korea means to the whole world. And you could feel his pride right here. But it was never too loud. It was the kind that comes from knowing you have helped change how people listen and how they feel and how they see each other, right? So that was wonderful. RM also shared this Instagram story. So he traveled all the way to Gyeongju. And for those of you who don't know, 대한민국 경주. This is where it's located, at the southern tip of the Korean peninsula. I wonder how he traveled there. Anyways, in the morning, or in the meeting? Oh, in the morning, he went for a run. And he, with the caption, 훈련소 아침구보 생각남. So it reminded me of the time in the military when he had to run in the morning. So that was a footage that he shared with the necklace for an entry into the event. Yep, looking super sharp. I love his hair. And yeah, delegates, it says, with the QR code. Is that an orange iPhone with the smile? Yeah, he's got a new phone, right? And it turns out it's an iPhone. And here are buttons that he's wearing. What does that? Diamond. APEC. Sorry. I just wanted to read what it says here. So that's the Diamond. APEC CEO Summit Korea 2025. Diamond. Oh, is it because HYBE is one of the top tier sponsors for this event? Diamond tier? Okay, maybe that's that. All right. So once again, I'm super proud and congratulations and great job to ARMY. Well, yes, ARMY, but I was trying to say RM, but yeah, ARMY should feel proud as well. So cool. Let me know what you thought about that in the comment section. Now, in the second part of the video, so this video, RM speech, I could have made it like a separate video, but since there are all kinds of new updates and news coming out daily about BTS, I feel like if I delay just a bit, I could miss the opportunity to make a video about it. So I decided to cramp other updates into this video as well, so please understand. So in the second part of the video, I will briefly talk about Jimin. So he shared a clip of himself erasing doodles on the mirror inside BTS practice room with the caption 2년 만에 낙서 지우기, erasing the doodles after 2 years. So it was this photo with a black beanie on, spring beanie with a white shirt. 행복, does it say? Something about happiness. And with this light stick? And then, right here. 정말 많이 사랑합니다. I love you so much. It's a footage of himself erasing it. Oh, it has a sound actually.
안 보이는데.
Let me watch it again one more time. Why is it so hard to erase though? Oh, because it's been there for like 2 years.
끝! 자, 이제 활동 열심히 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
So earlier he said that I don't see an end, meaning it is taking forever to erase all these. And at the end he said good. So earlier he said 끝이 안 보이는데, literally meaning I don't see an end to it. And then at the end he said good, meaning end. I've done it. And he said 활동 열심히 하겠습니다, meaning I'll do my best for our activities. And yeah, is the timing and tone make you feel more emotional than it looks, right? Because this is the same space where so much of their pre-military history was written, literally. The doodles on the mirror are full of memories. So it used to say 걱정 말아요, 곧 잡으러 갑니다. Don't worry, we will have you back, or we'll catch you again. And then they filmed a photo of themselves right after they got discharged from the military, right? So then Jhope jumped into the comments, replying, 연습실 이제 써야 하니까요. 빡빡 깨끗하게 정리 부탁드릴게요. So meaning the practice room needs to be used again. So please clean it thoroughly. And I love this dynamic between them. Jimin being like a bit sentimental and soft, and HYBE bringing that grounded, teasing energy that lightens the mood. And the photo and the clip that he shared, yeah, this is great. This is like the beginning, the end, and the new beginning. You know what I'm saying? And it hits harder when you remember this photo, right? And when this doodle was first written. So yeah, they're gonna use this practice room as a group, full on from now on. Yeah, pretty emotional if you think about it. So that was that. And in the third part of the video, let's briefly talk about Jungkook, who did a live stream on October 28th, 2005, KST, yesterday. He did it in the evening. And he did it in 2 parts, right? In the second part, he actually played a game with Jin, talking to each other. They also played a game with ARMY. It's like 2 hours long. And I'm still debating whether I should do a usual reaction and translation to it for it. If there's a demand, I will do it. But I feel like I have to make a time for 2 to 3 separate 2 to 3 hours separately to cover that. And I know I'm gonna be busy because Jungkook just did a separate live just now, so we gotta cover that as well. But in this video, let's cover the first live stream that he did. Okay, and here he talked about his experiences and how he felt about the Calvin Klein campaigns. And there's some context I would like to provide you with in terms of the names on the snacks that he was eating, trying to find his own name, okay? And I'll do a translation right here. So it starts like this, in a dark room in his home, in his house, in front of a computer, and this bright rainbow keyboard that's like a gaming keyboard that a lot of gamers use.
안녕하세요. 안녕하세요, 여러분들.
Hello, everyone, he said. There we go. So that pink box, that's snacks called kancho. I used to enjoy it a lot when I was young. Okay, it's called kancho, like snacks with chocolate jam in it. And I will provide more context for you as we go along.
반가워요.
Hello, he said. Nice to see you.
오랜만이요.
It's been a while.
민주. 승원. 민혁.
So here, he's saying random names. So this is what is going on. Maybe you already know this. So Kancho, they are doing this special campaign to celebrate the 40th year anniversary, if I remember correctly. Okay, there we go. 40th year anniversary. And this is like their limited edition campaign. And it has actually contributed to surge in sales in convenience stores. So what they're doing is that they have written random names on each ball of snacks. And if you find your own name or the name of your friends or colleagues, and if you post a photo of it, proving that you have found either your own name or your friend's name on social media, you can gain prizes. You can win prizes. And there is a list of like 400 or 500 names that they have included as part of this promotion, right? For example, here's like Tabin, Tasom, Yujong, Sang은, and Usok, Hajun, and Ido, Euna, something like that. And the thing is, so Jungkook is trying to find his own name, and here's a whole list of the names, but Jungkook is not in it. That's the funny part. And he just realized, Jungkook, he just wrote this and shared it on his Instagram. Kancho에 내 이름 없구나. Okay, my name is not included in Kancho. LOL. Yeah, that's the hilarious part. So I guess no one told him to go look for his name in advance before buying boxes of that chocolate snacks to see whether his name is even included in the first place. All right, so that was a full context. Let me go back.
희영. 아준. 립밤.
All of a sudden,
기준.
he's remembering that he gotta put on his lip balm.
봄. 민호. 이게 뭐지?
So he's trying to read the name. I guess it's not easily readable.
찾고 있는 중.
Yeah, he said right here. 이름 찾고 있는 중. I'm looking for my name right now.
이거 알죠, 여러분들?
You guys know this, right?
이 이름은 제가 차마 입으로 꺼내기가 좀.
So right here, he said, this name is a bit hard for me to actually say out loud.
괜찮긴 뭐 신경 안 쓰긴 하는데.
He said, it's fine though. I mean, it doesn't really bother me. I'm really curious what name he was looking at because I was looking through and there's no name that comes to me. Maybe I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe there's a name of a president or like politicians or something. Anyways, so that was random.
패스.
He said pass. He's not gonna read the name here.
시완. 임시완 선배님.
시완, 임시완.
루이.
There's just something hilarious about
유정.
him reading these names out loud.
이든. 다인. 그냥 하트.
그냥 하트 means it's just a heart without names on it.
민규야, 인규야.
Is it 인규 or 민규?
인규다. 인규에서 없습니다. 없네요.
없습니다. Nothing.
오늘도 제 이름은 없었습니다.
오늘도 제 이름 없었습니다. Once again, my name didn't show up today.
하루에 하나씩 까고 있는데 없네.
Oh no. He said, I open one a day, one box a day, but it's never there.
그럼 먹어야지 그냥.
I guess I will just eat it then.
반갑습니다.
Nice to see you all. So why did I turn on this live today?
예. 켈빈 영상 나왔잖아요. 캠페인 영상.
The Calvin Klein video came out, right? The campaign video, and he's referring to this one. You can go watch it on Calvin Klein official Instagram account. Sorry, I'm just crying, laughing right now.
그때 썰을 좀 풀면서 talking about this를 좀 하려고.
I thought I would tell you some stories from then and talking about this를 좀 하려고. So he's using English here. Konglish, we say. Konglish plus English. Korean plus English. And I would like to talk about it a bit.
라이브를 켰고.
So I turned this
오늘도
on.
장소가 새롭죠? 네, 컴퓨터 앞이에요.
Today the location looks new, right? I'm in front of my computer.
컴퓨터 앞입니다.
Sitting here at my desk. 밝아 means too bright.
이렇게 해야 되겠다. 컴퓨터 앞인데 심심해가지고 여러분들이랑 게임 한 판 할까 하다가
I got bored.
얘기를 좀 하고.
So with you, I thought maybe I'll play a game or something, but I wanted to talk about Calvin Klein first.
뭐 정리를 하던가 게임을 하던가 하려고 했습니다.
Then maybe wrap up or play a game. And he ended up playing a game with Jin over an hour.
일단 뭐 아쉽기는 한데.
Anyway, I do have a few regrets.
영상이 그래도 노력한 만큼 좀 잘 나오지 않았나라는 생각을 해봅니다.
But the video itself turned out pretty good.
왜냐면
Considering how much effort went into it. Because
외적으로 사실 행사 갔잖아요, 제가.
So you know, we went to the event.
행사 갔었을 때도 사실 제 외적인 컨디션 상태, 약간 다이어트의 상태 이런 것들이 만족스럽지가 않았었는데.
And when I was there, honestly, my physical condition, you know, my diet condition and stuff like that weren't exactly satisfying.
다다음 날 이렇게 촬영이었었어서.
And the next day and the day after that was the shoot.
최대한 살을 좀 빼서 찍긴 했는데.
And I tried to lose as much weight as I could and then filmed.
지금보다는 아마 얼굴에 살이 좀 더 있었을 거예요. 거의 막 빠질 때는 괜찮았다. 빨간 색깔 배경 복도 그 장면 거기에서.
So I probably had a bit more fat on my face than now. Although toward the end I looked fine though. That red background had a hallway scene when we shot there. And I think it's referring to this one. Yeah, looking super sharp. Right here. Ah, man, with abs. Wait, this is the newest one, right? Yeah, seems like he hasn't aged a bit. Even compared to the pre-military days, you know what I'm saying?
촬영할 때는 그래 좀 많이 수분감이나 뭐 이런 것들도 좀 많이 날라갔었는데.
So I've shed a lot of water weight and everything by then.
전체적으로 개인적으로 좀 아쉬운 게 있지만 결과적으로는 잘 나왔던 것 같아서.
So overall, and even though I personally have some regrets, the result turned out well.
만족스럽고.
I think it's good.
이제 전에 캠페인 촬영 때부터 항상 같이 하는 사진 작가님 영상 감독 겸 작가님이랑 같이 하고 있거든요.
The photographer I've always worked with since the previous campaign shoot and worked on this video. He's also the director, and I've been working with him together. So it says fashion photographer Mart Alice. Maybe that's the one that he's referring to.
저랑 너무 잘 맞는 것 같아요. 왜냐면
And we really click well, he says, because
디렉션도 명확하시고
his direction is very clear,
좀 재밌어서
and shooting with him is fun.
이번 촬영도 되게 재밌게 한 것 같아요. 감독님 덕분에.
And this shoot was also really fun, thanks to the director.
디렉을 되게 재밌게 주세요. 이게 이번에도 보시면
He makes the directing really fun. If you watch it this time,
그 막 웨이브하거나 팔 동작 막 이런 거 엄청 되게 많잖아요.
there's a lot of waving and hand movements, so much going on.
감독님이 막 장난치면서 막.
So the director made it all fun by joking around during filming.
되게 재밌게 잘 해주셔가지고.
So it was really a good vibe thanks to him.
잘 나왔습니다.
Yeah, it turned out well.
영상도 만족스럽고요.
Anyway, I'm really happy with the video.
같이 촬영하신 모든 분들 고생 많으셨고 감사하다고 말씀드리고 싶습니다.
To everyone who filmed together, thank you and great work. I really wanted to say that thank you.
네. 그래서 오늘 이렇게 켈빈 옷을 또 입고 왔습니다.
That's why I wore Calvin Klein clothes again today.
좀 어둡나? 너무? 좀 밝힐까?
He said, is it a bit too dark? Should I make it brighter? And that reminds me of what Jungkook said to Jin in yesterday's live stream when they were talking about how dark Jin's mobile phone was with the privacy film and everything. And Jungkook says, no, Hyung, it actually hurt your eyes. You know, the fact that it's too dark. And was it Jin? Or did someone write a comment in my video saying how Jungkook's own house is even darker than Jin's phone? You know what I'm saying? Because his house is basically as dark as a cave. That was funny.
몇 번이야?
I think it's talking about the level of brightness.
이러면 좀 더 밝아지지.
This will make it brighter.
아무튼 그렇다.
Anyway,
그러하다.
that's how it is, he said.
그래서
So,
뭘 할까?
what should I do?
생각을 해봤는데.
I was thinking. By the way, I think Jungkook eating these snacks will also contribute to the, rise in sales. I'm pretty sure, because that makes me want to eat that.
그 뭐야?
What is it?
뭐냐? 여러분 스팀 알아요? 스팀 게임?
Do you know Steam? Steam is a platform where you can explore and download games.
그 게임
It's trying to describe it.
약간
What do I call
앱
it?
같은 건데.
It's kind of like
그
an
안에
app.
수만 가지의 게임이 있거든요.
There are like tens of thousands of games in there.
활동할 거냐고?
You're asking if I'll be active? Of course I will.
활동 안 할 수 없잖아.
I can't not do it.
활동해야지.
I don't know why someone asked that question. 활동할 거냐고? Maybe that was wrongly translated.
애니멀즈라는 게임 알아요?
Do you guys know the game Party Animals? And it's gonna show us.
아나? 모르나?
You don't know it? Do you know it? Yes, reading comments.
애니팡 이후로 모른다고?
You're saying you haven't played anything since Anypang? Anypang is a...
나 배그 잘 못해.
Pegu is a short for Battleground, one of the most popular games in Korea. So this is Anypang and Battleground. That's also known as PUBG, Battleground. And he says that Battleground, I'm not really good at that, PUBG.
배그를 해볼까?
Should I try playing PUBG?
배틀그라운드 좀 알려주실 분 계신가?
Anyone here who can teach me that?
배그를 못해서
I'm not good at it.
무서워서 안 했거든요.
I didn't play it because it scared me. Because it's a survival
배그 좀 무서워.
game. It's kind of scary, he said. 되게 좀 무서워.
가족은 있을 텐데 배그를 여기 펍지.
I should have PUBG installed here somewhere.
여기 있네.
Here it is.
배틀그라운드. 일단 깔아놔 볼까?
Should I just install it for now?
얼마나 걸리나?
How long will it take?
나 뭐야? 42.3시간을 했네.
This is funny. He just realized. 나 뭐야? 42.3시간을 했네. Wait, what? I have played for 42.3 hours? He forgot about that. He said that he hasn't played it. But in fact, he has played that much. Over 40 hours.
아, 그때인가 보다. 배그 처음 딱 나왔을 때.
That must have been when PUBG first came out.
제가 항상 게임이 좀 게임 한창 그 관심이 있을 때는 엄청 빨랐거든요.
When I used to be really into games, I got in very fast.
그래도 처음 딱 나왔을 때는 잘했는데.
When it first came out, I was actually pretty good. I'm not sure what was going on. It's pretty noisy here, this part.
맞네. 그랬던 기억이니까. 오버워치도 그렇고.
That's right. Same with Overwatch. Overwatch is the game that he played with Jin and Army in the second part of the live stream. Overwatch. Blizzard, right? Made by Blizzard Entertainment.
오버워치 할까?
Should he play Overwatch?
오버워치 하실? 이거 사용자 지정 게임 만들어서 하면 되잖아, 오버워치.
We can just make a custom game, right?
아닌가?
Or not?
아닌가?
Let's skip over to... Oh, maybe I did it too much. I think, yeah, that's the noise of a fan, I think. Hold up. What's going on? Let me refresh it.
뭐 할래?
Oh, there is subtitle? Oh, I think there's Korean subtitle.
아, 시끄럽겠다.
It's probably too loud.
팬 돌아가는 소리 때문에 시끄럽겠다, 그지?
It must be loud because of the fan noise, right? And yes, indeed.
아, 이게 PC가 여러분 이게
This PC가
아니라
It's not a PC.
PC가 아니고
It is not a PC. Oh.
랩탑이야, 랩탑.
It's a laptop.
시끄러울 수밖에 없어. 야, 근데 이걸 놓을 데가 없어가지고.
That's why it's so loud. But I have nowhere to put it.
거치할 만한 데가 없나?
Is there any way I can place it? Again, like what commenter said in one of my latest live stream reaction videos, somebody get these guys phone holders. Phone stands.
기다려봐.
It costs like less than
반대쪽에
$5.
반대쪽으로 하면 조명이 없어요 또.
Wait a sec, maybe on the other side, but if I move it there, there's no light?
어떻게 해야 되지?
What should I do?
뭐 어떻게 하는 게 좋을까?
What's the best way to set this up?
이렇게 할까? 이거 돌아가? 안 들어가잖아.
Should I do it like this?
이렇게
But this doesn't turn.
이렇게 해야 되잖아.
I have to do it like this.
근데 이게 그러면 방송을 다시 켜야 되는데.
But if I do that, I'll have to stop the
말인지
live
알죠?
completely. You know what I mean, right?
방송을 다시 켜야 돼.
Then I'll have to end the live.
다시 킬까? 세로로 이렇게 할까?
Should I restart or just
어때?
turn it vertically
근데
like
이러면
this?
안 보이긴 하는데.
But then I won't be able to see myself.
이렇게 돌려서 봐야 되잖아.
I have to twist it like this to see the comments.
나도 댓글을 보기 힘들어. 다시 켜야지.
I cannot see the comments well either. I should restart.
다시 킬게 다시.
I'll restart the live. So there we go.
다시.
Let me do it again, he said. So that was first half of the live stream that he did. And again, the second part ended up being 2 hours long. Especially because he played a game with Jin and also ARMY. So that made it very special. It seems like they've been pretty quick with coming up with subtitles. But again, if there's enough demand for it, I'll make a reaction / translation video because, you know, I want to spend time. I enjoy spending time, watching it with you guys and like talking over these guys playing games. That's also fun. But anyways, that's what happened during J-Hope's live stream. He first was looking for his own name on that Kancho snacks. Then he talked about his recent Calvin Klein campaign, admitting that he wasn't fully satisfied with his condition during the shot, but expressed pride in the final results and gratitude toward the director and team who made the process enjoyable. Let me quickly Google the name of this director. Mart Alice is a Turkish-born photographer, best known as one half of the influential duo Mart and Marcus. Interesting. Jungkook? Okay, pretty cool. So yeah, and after that, the tone shifted into playful chaos as he began discussing video games, jumping between titles like PUBG, Overwatch, while struggling to adjust his phone and lighting setup. And it will become even more chaos in the second half of the live stream. So yeah, by the way, this is the list of the entire names included in that promotion campaign of that snacks. And if you do Command F and search Jungkook's name in it, it's not in it. But it turns out the secret nickname of Jungkook, Ian, which used to be the name of his secret TikTok account, is there. And I think he's gonna talk about that in the live stream that he just did, looking for Ian, like a couple hours ago. So if I have a chance, I'll make a separate video about that. And what do you guys think? I covered 3 issues, right? RM, Jimin, RM speech, historic speech at the event, APEC CEO Summit, and then Jimin erasing the doodles on the mirror in BTS practice room, and Jungkook's live stream. So a lot going on this week, and I just love it. So what do you guys think? RM spoke about Kpop being like bibimbap, like a blend of diverse elements that still keep their own identity. Do you think that metaphor also applies to how BTS works as a team, or even how ARMY connects across cultures? And what do you think about RM's speech overall? Do you agree with it, or do you disagree with it, even if partially? And what part of RM's speech resonated with you the most? Whether it's his message about cultural solidarity or his personal reflection on breaking barriers through music. Leave all your thoughts in the comment section. I always appreciate reading your comments. And as always, let's stay positive, respectful, and classy. Peace and love. Bye-bye.